Alright, welcome to the channel. Look, apparently we're getting a Ahsoka Tano spin-off, potentially in The Mandalorian, but potentially in another series as well. Nothing's confirmed. This is all rumour up until this point in time. But apparently Rosario Dawson, who, funnily enough, she plays like everything. She plays so many roles and so many different things. She's reported to play Ahsoka Tano. And then there's a whole bunch of people that are overly butthurt about it. So I thought we'd take a look at it. This is on Bounding Into Comics, and it is... I think it's funny. I think it's funny as hell. So after Rosario Dawson was rumoured to play Ahsoka Tano in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, a segment of the Star Wars fans demanded that the role to be recast. Why? What's wrong with it? What's the big issue here? What is the problem? So Slash Film apparently originally perpetuated this rumour. They reported that Dawson would play Tano in the second season of The Mandalorian, which might be interesting, wouldn't it? No one interested in that? FYI, right, there's a few things to note here. I don't like Disney Star Wars, but I do like The Mandalorian. Like, a lot of people say how negative I am. Go back and look at I've got a Mandalorian review playlist. Every single one incredibly positive. Every single one incredibly positive. I even said how wrong I was because I thought it was going to be shit. So when everyone says, oh, you know, you're negative, just call yourself Mr. Hate and all this kind of crap, just stop, because you look real stupid. I was reviewing that show weekly, and I'm very much happy to admit when I was wrong. I was definitely wrong about that show. And I'm the first one to say that I think it's poo. You know, when something is crap, call it out, things like that. But it was a good show. It was fun. In fact, you could watch the people that were so intent on hating it. They were nitpicking about music, for God's sake. That's how they were leveraging their entire hatred of the show, was just on music. And that's when you know you've got like a problem. That's when you know you're petty and pathetic. But anyway, their report stated that we've exclusively learned that Rosario Dawson will appear in The Mandalorian Season 2 and are excited to report that she will be playing a fan favourite character previously only seen in the Star Wars animated productions. Dawson will be playing a live-action version of Ahsoka Tano, Anakin Skywalker's Jedi Padawan apprentice, who appeared in Star Wars The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. What would she be doing in that show? The problem is, now I don't think you should include Jedis in the show at all, actually, and I'll explain why, right? One of the beauties of that show is it's a spaghetti western. Each week, two characters get into a whole bunch of mischief, and then they eventually have an overarching narrative, right? There is an overarching narrative there, but that's not the purpose of the show. It's not a story-driven. It's not a narrative thread-driven show. It's a spaghetti western. Bit by bit, the narrative starts to become clear, but it's not a procedural, right? That's not the purpose of the show. And one of the beauties of it is that the only one with the mystical powers is little baby Yoda, the Yodeling, right? That's one of the beauties of the show, is the fact that it's just this little thing, doesn't really know what he's doing, and he's being guided by, you know, I guess pretty much a morally reprehensible individual as well, who is slowly becoming a better individual as a result of interacting with this tiny little creature. That's the great stuff about it. You start introducing Jedis, I think you will lose quite a lot of the cynicism to the show, the real sort of, well, not the cynicism, should I say, the earnestness of the show, just the magic, I guess, because you're introducing people that know what they're doing, you're introducing people that know what it is and can educate and teach everyone else, and then it's not quite as earnest, and that'll be a problem, I think, just personally. However, I will say, I do trust Favreau. So anyway, they say that obviously that apprentice starred in the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. And then we get usual stuff from Boss Logic. I think that's a terrible one, actually. I think that's fucking atrocious. And I couldn't do any better, but I think that's terrible. That's that's bad. Anyway, sorry. So this report was then allegedly confirmed by Variety, and they reported that the Briar Patch star has been cast in the guest starring role of Ahsoka Tano. Variety has confirmed. And apparently it's a guest starring role. But then when it's a guest, you just go like, why? What's the purpose of it? That's when you know that they're just trying to cater to fans. If it's a guest role, like a character that just dips in and out, is only there for like 2 episodes, why? How is that going to serve the narrative? And then also it leads to even more questions of then where's the character gone in the meantime? Where are they? What are they doing? That's when you start to run into real problems, I think. Now it says, following these reports, a segment of Star Wars fans began using the hashtags Not My Ahsoka and Recast Ahsoka. Always the same. They began demanding Disney recast the character, with many claiming Rosario Dawson is a transphobic person. Is she? Okay, let's have a look. Can you believe that they would cast a transphobic person to play Ahsoka Tano when Laura Harriet is right here? Disney just hired a transphobe to play Ahsoka. Disney just hired someone who assaulted a trans man to play Ahsoka because he was trans. This only happened 2 years ago, please. Ahsoka is canonically WLW. She's queer. What is WLW? Can we stop with these fucking lame-ass abbreviations? She's queer. She deserves better than to be portrayed by a queerphobic person like Rosario Dawson. I hate to break it to you, ladies and gents, but you don't have to be gay to play a gay. I know, mind blown. Just like she's not really an alien, playing an alien with magic powers as well, might I add. You absolute lunatics. She's a transphobic woman that is about to play a beloved character. Is she? Is she really? Do you have confirmation that she's transphobic? Shall we have a look? How about casting a non-transphobic person to play Ahsoka, like Laura Harrier? Your boy recently got into the Clone Wars, so I was really excited for a second. Recast Ahsoka. She doesn't deserve to be played by a transphobe. Put some respect on her name. What is this business of her being a transphobe? My best girl Ahsoka Tano and truly LGBTQ icon, would beat up Rosario Dawson with her 2 sabers. No matter if the rumours are true or not, please recast Ahsoka. We really don't want a violent transphobe playing her. Violent, really? Oh my god. This is for Disney. Jesus wept, people. Unless you identify as a transgender person, because screw 'em, am I right? Well, sorry to break this to you, Mike B. O'Connor, Disney adapt Percy Jackson, whatever your dumbass name is. Mate, I hate to break it to you, she's an alien. She's a fucking alien. You don't have to be, what? You don't have to be gay to play a gay character. You don't have to be an alien to play an alien. Again, hate to break it to you, but the character playing, the actor playing Mandalorian is not really a Mandalorian. He's not really a bounty hunter. Cause screw bounty hunters, am I right? Cause screw aliens, am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Ah, fucking, I hate this. Am I right? It's like you feel like you've got the upper hand on people with the aforementioned statement, but you don't. You look retarded. I really don't care if the rumour is fake or filming's already wrapped. This is still something that's not acceptable. Really? I barely tweet, and I'm coming out of the woodwork hoping this will recast Ahsoka. Yeah, it's not going to. The trans community really needs the industry to give a shit. No, I'll tell you what the trans community needs to do, right? Because the majority of people that are talking about this are probably not trans. It's the same as the ones that mouth off all the time on well, again, it's all on Twitter, isn't it? The same people that mouth off on Twitter, 9 times out of 10, they're not even trans. It's just people being offended for people. What the trans activist community needs to do, which is different from the trans community, 9 times out of 10, just needs to shut the fuck up. There you go. I said it. That's what you need to do. Stop being offended on behalf of people. Yeah? How about we do that? How about we try that? It's I know, it's amazing, right? It's super, it's crazy. Recast Ahsoka. Listen, Disney's doing something wrong here. Blah, blah, blah. So here we go. This is what it is, right? The accusations of transphobia stem from a lawsuit filed against Dawson back in October. As reported by NBC News, Dedrick, don't know how to say that, Finlay accused Dawson and a family of misgendering him multiple times each day with deliberate indifference as to the appropriate way to address him. Okay, I'm sorry. That's not fucking violence. Oh my god, the fucking world. I hope this coronavirus kills people off, seriously. Some people, genuinely, as long as you're in isolation and it only affects you, and you're an idiot, and you do stuff like this, just go. Just be gone, ladies and gents, just be gone. And yeah, and then there's other things here, right? It also claims that Dawson and her family assaulted him after they ordered him to move out of their home. What? Sounds like he was squatting then. Sounds like this individual was probably where he shouldn't be. I mean, I'm only taking a rudimentary look at it, but it sounds like if he's been asked to leave their home, he probably shouldn't have been there. FYI. And also, if he's filing a lawsuit, he clearly doesn't like these people. They're clearly abusing him, apparently according to himself, right? Or herself, whatever. Why are you there in the first place? I'm just going to let that sink in. Whatever. Once Mr. Finlay was lying helpless on the ground outside, Isabel, who is substantially larger than Mr. Finlay, got on top of Mr. Finlay's body and began punching him. Sure. The suit continued. While beating Mr. Finlay, Isabel screamed, "You're not so much of a man now," which was a clear and denigrating reference to Mr. Finlay's gender identity. Yeah, probably. Probably is. But it's the same as all these, trans women now that want to get into ladies' spaces. You know, unfortunately, where do you draw the line now where you're overstepping the mark into other bounds? When your rights start infringing on the rights of others, it becomes a bit of a problem, doesn't it? You know? Anyway, I just think this is total trash. In February, Dawson would declare that she was a member of the LGBT community while discussing an Instagram post from June 2018 where many believe she was coming out as part of the LGBT community. Dawson announced she was part of the community. Who cares what you're a part of? No, alphabeti spaghetti. No one gives a flying fuck. Literally, no one cares. Stunning and brave. Do you know, the only people that really care about this kind of stuff are the people that quite literally don't even step outside their house because they're just so blinkered on this trash. No one cares. Anyway, don't get me started on this one. Anyway, this is nonsense. This is genuine nonsense. Play Ahsoka Tano, who cares? You don't have to get a gay, lesbian, alien to play it. I know, miracle, shock horror. Aliens don't exist. Not this particular one. Anyway, if you believe in aliens, that's your prerogative and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to play a gay. You don't have to be gay to play a gay. Stop it. You look stupid. You look super dumb. Anyway, love to hear your thoughts. Let me know down below. But Mr. H, take care.